everyone, greetings and blessings. We are in the book KETER Shem Tov of the Baal Shem Tov, and in this 10th class we're going to look at two Torahs, the 19th and the 20th one, which are actually related one to the other. So let's jump right in. What they say, what is found in various sidurim, in various books, for the sake of the unification of the Holy One, blessed be He, and His Shekhinah. What does that mean? So let's just have a look quickly inside of one of those sidurim found over here. So this is found L'Shem Yichud Kuchabrichu Shchinte before the prayer of Baruch Shamar, the beginning of prayer. We kind of make that unification and we go along with our prayers. And so some people also say this unification before every mitzvah, every physical mitzvah that they do. Everything that they do, they say for the sake, they remind themselves, it's for the sake of the unification of the Holy One, blessed be He, which the Zohar says that refers to the Ze'er Anpin, which are the 6 emotional sphirot of God. And His Shekhinah is the 7th, the sphera of Malchut. So to cause that unification of those two realms of Kuchabrichu, of the 6 midot, which could be separated, and the Shekhinah, and the divine presence which enlivens this world. So many people, again, make this unification before going ahead with any proactive action that they do, with a mitzvah that they do, to cause this unification, because that's what a mitzvah does. A mitzvah causes a unification of godliness. And in fact, the word mitzvah, in fact, is that unification, because mem and tzadik, which is the first 2 letters of a mitzvah, in atbash, meaning in the different way of permutation, is the letters yud k, and mitzvah, the vav k, is that unification. But that's on a hidden level. But we want to remind ourselves on a cognitive level that there is that amazing unification going on before when we perform each and every mitzvah. So it continues Yachad Hashem Yud K Bevav K, to cause that unification of the Yud K, which is the realms of Chachma in Bina, and Vav K, which is the Midot and the sphere of Malchut, to cause that complete unification, B'echud Hashalim, a complete unification in the name of all of Israel, when we put ourselves within the community, within the congregation, so then we are able to cause that unification in a much greater way. So back to the Baal Shem Tov, HaKavana. So the intention is Lehavi HaTiferet LaMalchut, to bring beauty and splendor into Malchut, which is the Shekhinah. So when we say that we cause this unification of God and the Shekhinah, what that means is that we're bringing beauty into the sphera of Malchut. What does that mean? Sheitpaer HaKadosh Baruch Hu ima Malchut, that it causes God to be glorified with His kingship, with the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah becomes glorified, and God is uplifted by this glory which we cause. Dahainu, this means Amadrega Tachtona, the lowest dimension of the spiritual realm, which is what? The world of speech, because we know that we've got the mind and the Chochmah and Bina correspond to the intelligence, understanding, and then we've got the Midot trickling down, which are all the specific emotions, but then Malchut, kingship, is related to the world of speech, because Malchut is the last of the sphere. It's already outwards. It's already going to someone else, and it has to do with the revealed world. And so the Zohar says Malchut Peh. It's referred to the mouth, and what comes out of the mouth? Words. 22 enunciations and 5 ways of verbalizing things, which the Zohar speaks about. The way of cutting up the words has to do with the way Malchut is actually the Gvura, which is within Malchut on a Kabbalistic level. So the Baal Shem Tov continues, Shezota madrega mechaye et kol ha'olamot. This level enlivens all worlds, are enlivened by the speech of God. Kemoshe Kosuv, as it says, B'dvar Hashem Shamayim Nasu, that through the speech of God the heavens were created. So through the vibrational frequency and the speech of God is how we have the revealed physical world and also spiritual worlds, because from the Malchut of Atzilut, the highest of the worlds, is how we have the world of creation, which is not yet physical, but it's the beginning of it. So creation is through the speech of God. And it says that you enliven everything. And the speech of God is constantly what is enlivening all the worlds. And so this concept is found in the Alter Rebbe, in Tanya, in the second book of Tanya called Sha'ar HaYichud VeEmunah, where the Alter Rebbe quotes the Baal Shem Tov. And he says, in the first chapter, and by the way, we've got classes on Sha'ar Yichud VeEmunah, so make sure to check that out in greater detail. He says, the Baal Shem Tov says, Ki dvarcha she'amarta yehi rakia betoch hamayim, tevot ve'otiot elu, he nitzavot ve'omdot le'olam betoch rakia shamayim. So the speech of God, which says, let there be a firmament, the sky, those words are constantly within the sky, enlivening them. In other words, without the speech of God, constantly recreating that sky, right, or the sky, so then there would not be a sky. And it's like that with the 10 utterances that we find in Genesis, that there are 10 utterances and each one specifically is responsible for the enlivenment of that particular part. And everything else, and the Alter Rebbe continues, he says that everything in creation is an offshoot and kind of like takes from in a minor way from there, and it's almost like a generator that has so much power that you can't plug your cell phone in there, right? It'll bust, it'll be crazy. So it goes down into lines and specific lines all the way down until every single part of creation is enlivened by that general power center that enlivens that particular city, state, whatever. So the Alter Rebbe then says in the second chapter, regarding what we just saw in the Baal Shem Tov, and we see how amazing it is that in Chassidus, especially the Chassidus of the Alter Rebbe, Chassidus Chabad, is how we find that really the explanation of all of these mystical deep concepts really elaborated on in greater detail. So the Alter Rebbe explains this, and he says that Ve'ata mechayet kulam, you enliven everything. Al tikri mechayet. Don't read mechayet, the Midrash tells us. Ela mehave. Rather read it as you emanate. The emanation of everything comes from you. Don't say you enliven it, because you say you enliven it and then you're gone. But the emanation, meaning that it's constantly happening. Dahainu yesh me'ayin, something from nothing. That you cause it all to happen at all times. That is the inner explanation about Mechayet Kulam. The speech of God is found within all of creation at every single moment. Ve'ata, so the letters Ve'ata that are found in that verse, Hen bechinas ha'otios me'alef ve'ataf. Those are the letters from Aleph. We've got the Ata, Aleph, Taf. Aleph is the first letter, Taf is the last letter, and what's the Hey over there? Hey motzotapeh. Those are the 5 ways of enunciating, of expressing the sounds, guttural sounds, and etc., and the sounds that come from our tongue and from our teeth. And so those are the 5 levels, Mekora Otios, which are the root of the letters that break up the letters. And so that is the speech of God, which is constantly found within all of creation. When a person does a mitzvah, when a person does a positive deed down in this world, what does that do up above? God is rejoicing and he becomes glorified by it within his realm of kingship, within his realm of speech. All of a sudden, within that realm of speech, the distant part, so to speak, of God that he left, so to speak, for us to be in a realm of free choice, that we don't see that speech, that origin of speech, but we know that something's going on. But when we recognize that it's all him, and we take up something which is physical and we unite it up with its source, so then what does that do? That causes God to be glorified. Because God is like, oh, they found me. You know, it's kind of like I'm hiding. The Kotzker Rebbe said, you know, God is hiding, but nobody's looking. So I'm hiding, but then someone's looking for me. And they found me within that physical mitzvah, within that physical good deed. That causes me to be completely uplifted and glorified.